Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And an alley to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A first down throw from Mayfield. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gordon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the gun, Mayfield. Underneath for Johnson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like...
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. In for the score. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
3rd and long. It's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taking it about the 16. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They go play action. Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete. Landry the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from the 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Reset.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. A first carry now for Kofani Muhammad. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's Watson now on second down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Gone! Back there, that Philly. Here we go. Detroit! Gone!
Following the interception, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, the 30. Past the 20, and they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Short throw pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
No problem there on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there for the Browns. And even 50 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
I know the scouting report on him is that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. Second down, Mayfield. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Oh, design run for their wideout. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing him back a yard as well. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Duke Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Then a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They begin with a run by Miller. And some room to roam now. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big-time play there for the Texans. 54 yards. From the red zone now, Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Richmond. Reset.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Second and goal from the 1. Watson going to sneak it. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Miller. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
3-19!
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Lucky 56! Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
Mayfield. And, he took that thing one-handed. What a grab. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
No. Check, Patriot!
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. There he goes inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Duke Johnson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let him outside where they can really shred your defense.
Lamar Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll try the air now with Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9.
Richmond.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Fuller. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The final shot before the break, Watson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we come upon halftime, and it's the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Watson now to throw. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Mayfield off the play fake. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Mayfield on play action. Rolling to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Whitney merciless. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw on 2nd is Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Myles Garrett in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Now Carlos Hyde in the game. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now Mayfield. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Jadeveon come to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 14.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Here's Mayfield. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they're backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the 3rd level before you know it.
Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Richmond.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. And I think the Browns got it. They did. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
Now a handoff. Johnson. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Mayfield to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Zane Gonzalez now to try the Browns field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And the kick by Gonzalez, he is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Reset, reset, reset.
On second down, here's Miller. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Back now in Houston. The Texans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Come back, come back.
Watson off play action. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. On first down, Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Richmond, Richmond. Tiger.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. They go play action here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Toss. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. The Texans on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
Down! Green the line! Green the line!
From the 50, it's Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. To throw is Watson. That's complete right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10.
Gone!
Mayfield on 1st down. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action. Mayfield. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
The Browns on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4.
Gone!
Mayfield looks to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. On 2nd down, Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Browns on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing, Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. They've gone to the 4th quarter now in Dallas. And really pouring it on now with the Cowboys. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Johnson. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
Detroit!
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes.